Hello everyone, this is part 11 of What If Naruto Was Like Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Naruto took the body surfing all the way to the top of the stadium seating to land by his comrades. As he dismounted off of the wave of people, he took note of his friends' faces. Hi guys, what's up? He chuckled nervously as the eyes refused to leave him. Hinata walked up to the boy blushing furiously. Naruto narrowed his eyes, blushing. I thought I fixed that, stop with the slap. Hinata slapped him across the face. Everyone's eyes widened at that. Joshiro smirked. Damn, didn't see that coming. Naruto held his face. What in the hell? Hinata held him in a hug as she shook slightly. That was reckless, Naruto-kun. Gaara could have killed you. Naruto didn't know what to do. His own brother was no help, as it seemed it was all he could do to keep from bursting out in laughter at his Ototo's expense. Naruto did the only thing he could possibly think of in that situation. He began to rub her back to console her. It's okay, Hinata-chan. Yes, he could have killed me, but he didn't. I waxed that guy off. Please calm down. For me. Hinata stopped shaking as she looked at Naruto with teary eyes. Don't do that again, Naruto-kun. Naruto sighed as he smiled at her. Alright, I'll try, but no promises. I am danger prone after all. She nodded as she backed away. Naruto looked around to see everyone smiling at him now, and Joshiro smirking and rubbing his hands together. Naruto paled at that sight as he knew Joshiro's vengeance would now begin in full. The two locked eyes in a challenge to one another until Sakura ran up to Naruto and gave him a hug. Joshiro blinked absently. Okay, I really didn't see that coming. Naruto froze under the pink-haired girl's grip. Sakura, what the hell? Sakura looked up at him bright-eyed. Naruto, you did it. You beat Gaara. Naruto rubbed the back of his head. Of course I did, I'm awesome. And I said I was going to win, didn't I? Sakura nodded as she let go. Naruto got mobbed by the other genin before he lost it. Alright, calm the fuck down, one at a time. Shikamaru uncharacteristically sprung his question first. Naruto, what did you do to that tree? Naruto sighed. Alchemy. I extracted the fluids from the tree to form Suryudan no Jutsu, water release, water dragon jutsu, thank you Zabuza, to blow his sandy ass away. Shikamaru stepped down as Ino stepped up next. Naruto, when did you get so awesome? I didn't think you could possibly beat Neji earlier, let alone Neji and Gaara. Naruto deadpanned. I've been telling you all for years, just because you do well in school doesn't mean you'll do well in a fight. I've always been awesome, I just needed a platform to show it. Tenten came up with her eyes shining. So can I get my sword now? Naruto felt uncomfortable. Ask Big Boss. As she turned to Joshiro and he began to curse Naruto, an announcement rang out. Match 7 will be a special attraction. Due to an odd number of competitors in this year's competition, we will be having all 3 remaining competitors fight at once for the remaining spot in the finals. Match 7 will be Shino Aburame vs. Joshiro Moyomoto vs. Blank Nogami. Joshiro cut off the festivities by cracking his joints. Three-way dance. Shino began walking to the center of the arena. Blank and Joshiro just shrugged as they walked down themselves to their bout. Naruto sighed heavily as he sat down on the top step. He turned to see where the bloody space that used to occupy Sasuke was. Hey, where'd the team go? Kakashi answered for him. Sasuke was taken to the hospital earlier during your fight. Are you okay though, Naruto? Your fight looked rough. Naruto waved him off. May you know I'm as tough as they come, Kakashi. Kakashi looked at Naruto's arm and shook his head. I really did end up failing you, Naruto, didn't I? Naruto sighed in exhaustion as he saw Kakashi's face. Kakashi, what's the matter? You look a little down in the mouth. Kakashi snapped to attention. Oh, it's nothing, Naruto. It can wait until after the Chunin exams. XXX. As Gaara was taken to the hospital by the Anbu in the light cloak, Baki caught up to him. So now what? Gaara was the key to the plan. The masked man walked past Baki. Don't you worry about that. There's a new signal now to commence the operation. This threw Baki off. New signal. What is it? When will it go off? If he could guess, he'd register the Anbu smirking under his mask. Oh, trust me, you'll know when it happens. And it will happen soon, very soon. XXX. Joshiro, Shino, and Blank faced off in a triangle as Genma set himself among them. The seventh match, a three-way dance. Shino Aberame vs. Joshiro Moyomoto vs. Blank Nogami. Are you ready? The three genin didn't show any apprehension towards beginning the fight as Genma continued, begin. As he leaped out of the way of the kids, not a single one moved to attack as they stared each other down. Joshiro looked intently at Shino, eventually he shrugged and began to attack Blank. To say Blank was caught off guard was an understatement. Dude, what the hell? I'm on your team. Take the other kid out first. Joshiro smirked as he let loose a barrage of kicks. Sorry, but I don't want to mess with his bugs that suck chakra right now, which means you're my enemy first. Besides, he isn't doing anything to me yet, so I've got you all to myself. Blank tried to gain distance, but Joshiro employed Aiko's strategy of not letting him activate his attack. You dumbass, if you know you have to fight, then activate the Raiten Geitu before you engage. Joshiro and Blank began trading attacks with close-range taijutsu. Blank fought hard to gain an advantage in close, however Joshiro's style was set to inflict damage in constricted space. Blank tried to shoot out a straight punch, but Joshiro was already in his guard. Joshiro hit a counter forearm shiver to the jaw and followed up with a stomp kick to the inside of Blank's knee. As Blank dropped to the ground, Joshiro threw a knee that was blocked and deflected by Blank's forearms. As Blank pushed off of the kick, he slid back to launch back at Joshiro with a kunai. Joshiro dodged and again tried closing the distance on his teammate. Blank shot a kick low to Joshiro's legs, but the kick was checked when Joshiro crouched low to take the pressure from the attack. As Blank saw Joshiro duck, he blanched and shoved him down to retreat farther back. Joshiro was more surprised than anything. Dude, shoving. Really? Blank just kept running away. When Joshiro turned to look, he saw why his red-haired comrade had run away. He saw a wall of Kikai insects coming his way. Joshiro, as a man and shinobi of Konohagakure, did the manliest thing he could do in that situation, screamed like a girl and ran towards Blank. He overtook his partner quickly enough, much to his dismay. Why the hell did you run this way, dumbass? Now they're on both of us. Joshiro smirked, because from here I don't have outrun the bugs, I just have to outrun you. As Blank gave his a confused look, they continued running until Joshiro began looking in the stands oddly. Huh, that's an odd place to put a piano. Blank looked in the direction referenced with a, what the fuck, look until Joshiro tripped him, forcing him to stumble, fall, and roll along the ground. Blank looked at Joshiro, who was making tracks away from the scene. You son of a bitch. That was some dirty shit. Joshiro's voice lagged in the distance. Every man for himself. Blank turned to see Shino's Kikai bearing on him. Blank frantically began making his hand signs just as the insects began to swarm him. Damn, 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 Raiten Geitu, lightning cloak. The insects on his body crackled and died, falling off and hitting the ground. Shino watched as his insects backed off and came back to him. He curiously studied the older genin, dusting himself off and silently praying to whatever deity just saved his ass. How did you do that just now? You got my insects off and survived their attack. Blank looked over to the boy. My jutsu turns my body into a living conduit of electricity. Basically, when your insects latched on, they jumped onto a big ass bug zapper. Shino winced almost unnoticeably at the information. Joshiro sounded off in the distance. That's why I convinced you to stay back. Blank gritted his teeth. Shut the hell up. You just thought they'd suck me dry and you'd get away, asshole. Reiku Reikurai, lightning bolt. Joshiro yelped as Blank's lightning bolt hit him. Blank, satiated for the moment, turned back to Shino. I hope you have more jutsu than that, because if sticking your bugs to me is your big ploy, then you might as well give up. I'll fry your whole colony without even attacking, and that asshole over there won't be coming anywhere near us for quite a while. Shino stood still as if he were considering his options. Finally he put his hands over his head. You're right, my clan techniques are the only attacks that I have outside of Academy Taijutsu and Ninjutsu, and they all involve my Kikai insects. I cannot defeat you, I surrender. Genma took Shino's consent of surrender. Shino Aberame has been eliminated. Joshiro Moyomoto and Blank Nogami remain. Blank gave an apologetic smile to the bug user. Hey, don't beat yourself up, kid, it's the luck of the draw. If you had been fighting just Jushiro, you probably would have given him a run for his money. And anyway, you're just a rookie, you weren't really supposed to win the whole tournament anyway. When you were put against me, it was a lock. Nothing can touch me in this form without getting a significant jolt. It's like static electricity turned up to 100 times. Shino bowed. I see, you were better than me, Nogami-san. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. Blank bowed back. Thanks, Shino, I'm gonna need it. He was cut off by a shout. Hey Blank, I'm dying of old age over here, let's go. On second thought, you should stay over there, seeing as how it's your only shot to beat me. Blank sighed as Shino walked away. Even if I beat Jushiro's crazy ass, I have to fight his equally crazy little brother immediately after. I'm screwed. Blank sighed deeply before turning to face his teammate in battle. XXX. Kiba looked stunned at what had just happened. Shino gave up. Shino lost. Shino never loses. Kakashi spoke up. He had no way to fight Blank. For all of Shino's tactical skills, his plans would have to end with swarming Blank with his insects, which would be a suicide mission for them. Kiba was about to speak up until Shino walked up to him. He's right, Kiba, no matter what I did, it would have put my insects in danger, which would have put me in danger. My fate was sealed in that fight the moment he activated his attack. Kurenai walked up to Shino. You did very well for your first Chunin exam, Shino. I'm proud of you, you made it very far. Shino nodded in acknowledgement when Kiba spoke, turning to look at Naruto, who was surrounded by the other genin. Now Naruto is the only one of the rookies left, and he's going to the final battle. Who'd have seen that one coming? Kakashi turned to him. Well, if anyone took him seriously, he had been saying it from the moment the exam started. I heard him yell before the first test. Kiba chuckled at the memory. Yeah, we all thought he was full of shit. He showed us, didn't he? Kakashi I smiled. Yes he did, Kiba, yes he did. XXX. Baki was standing on the roof of the hospital when Kankuro and Temari arrived through the door. Temari marched over to Baki with a glare. Baki-sensei, what's going on? Gaara was the plan. Without him we can't win. Kankuro rubbed his head. Maybe we should cut our losses and get out of here. It's not too late, you know. Baki looked out over the village below. You know, I actually think you're right. This may be a lost cause. But the Kazekage is still here. If we backed out, where would we go? We can't go home to Suna if we desert the battle. We have to fight. Seeing the concerned looks on his students, he put hands on their shoulders. We will attack when the signal goes up. My contact told me the signal would be far too obvious for us to miss. It should be coming soon. Temari and Kankuro reluctantly nodded as Baki went back down into the hospital. Temari punched the gate surrounding the rooftop. Damn it, Kankuro, this is so stupid. Kankuro tried to calm his sister. Come on, Temari, it'll be fine. We're good at what we do. We'll be fine. Temari let tears fall from her eyes. We're not going to win, Kankuro. If Gaara could be beaten by one genin, what could the rest of this village do? Kankuro just stayed silent, trying to console his sister. XXX. Blank made his way to Jushiro, who had been tapping his foot impatiently while waiting for him to get over to him. Crossing his arms in front of his body, he snickered. Took you long enough. Blank snapped a bolt at Jushiro that he dodged. Fuck you, Jushiro, you almost screwed me over. Jushiro grinned. Did I? Or did I just make the fight go that much faster for you? Blank deadpanned. No, you screwed me over, and now your ass is mine. Blank let electricity crackle around his fingertips. You better be ready, man, because I'm coming hard. Jushiro turned his ring into his cestus. Well, let's commence to throwing down then. Blank fired his lightning bolt at Jushiro, who dodged, confusing the redhead. Wait, I should have hit your necklace. Why didn't it draw to the metal? Jushiro smirked. Because my vest is leather, dumbass. Jushiro ran towards Blank, who fired another bolt of lightning. Jushiro threw his fist out to make contact with the attack. The contact forced a small explosion that Jushiro ran through to continue his charge. Blank cursed as he gathered his lightning to his fists to begin his hand-to-hand fight with Jushiro. Blank tried to grab Jushiro's cestus hand, but he avoided the grip. Jushiro snapped out a sidekick that hit Blank in the body as he flew back a few feet. Blank recovered quickly with a lightning bolt that hit Jushiro flush. Blank ran in and let loose a haymaker charged with his electricity. The hit sent Jushiro sailing for 20 yards and rolling in the dirt until he stopped moving. After a few moments, Joshiro began to twitch as he tried to rise to his feet. Ugh, what the hell was that? Joshiro swished his mouth around before reaching in and pulling out a tooth. He began to freak out. Oh Kami, that was a goddamn molar. That one was all the way in the back. He stared at his tooth before glaring at Blank. Damn it, Blank. Knocking my teeth out, really? Blank shrugged. It's a fight, man. Joshiro kept up his glare and Blank huffed. Oh, you're a pussy, Eiko can fix it later. Joshiro muttered before yelling, Naruto. Naruto ran to the edge of the stands when Joshiro threw him his tooth. Take that to Eiko and get it some ice so I can get it back, please. Naruto looked at it before nodding and heading back up the stairs. Blank decided to crack on his friend. You'd better hope you can fix that. Haku might not want a toothless bastard like you. Joshiro growled, I'm going to beat the piss out of you, asshole. Joshiro cracked his knuckles and stared Blank down. Joshiro threw a kunai at Blank, who just dodged. Joshiro took the opening to punch the ground. This brought up a line of rock leading to where Blank was going to land. Blank saw this and kicked off of the wall, reminiscent of Neji Hyuga. As he landed, he saw Joshiro with his circle slips in hand as he tried to pin him on Blank. Blank punched the hand holding the slips, forcing electricity to course through Joshiro. He felt his movements slow, but he leapt back and pulled 5 more kunai. He wrapped his slips around the kunai and threw them at Blank. Blank dodged as the kunai stuck themselves in the ground. Joshiro flicked his cestus, forcing a reaction. The kunai burst into needles and hit Blank over much of his back. Ah, damn it, Joshiro. Joshiro smirked as he flicked his cestus again. The needles that hadn't hit Blank then burst into small, fine, more focused needles and shot into Blank's front. Blank stumbled and fell to one knee. Blank spit up blood on the ground as he started pulling needles out of his body. Joshiro walked closer but stopped 15 feet short of Blank and stood. So do you quit? Because you look like shit right now. Blank chuckled before spitting more blood. Nah, I can't quit now. What girl would want a guy who quit his fight? That's a bad way to get a date, Joshiro. Joshiro smirked at him. Well then I guess I have to really mess you up, huh? Joshiro flicked his cestus as Blank cried out in pain as the needles in his body glowed. What are you doing? Joshiro began frowning. I'm making the needles change shape while still in your body. I can do this for as long as it takes. It won't kill you, but damn will it hurt. Blank started writhing on the ground. I noticed. Joshiro continued torturing Blank for several minutes until the screaming stopped. Joshiro frowned deeply and walked over to Blank as he kneeled down to check his pulse. He sighed in relief as he called Genma over to the scene. He's not dead, he just passed out from the pain and blood loss. The fight is over. Genma nodded and raised Joshiro's hand. Winner of match 7 and advancing to the final round, Joshiro Moyomoto. Joshiro walked up the wall leading to the stands and walked through the wave of people trying to speak to him. Joshiro blew most of them off or gave one-word answers until he reached the area where Naruto and all of the genin were. As he reached them, he sat down and sprawled out with a groan. Ugh, Eiko. Where's my tooth? I need it back. Eiko walked over with a scowl on her face. Joshiro-kun, why did you do that to Blank-kun? Joshiro quirked an eyebrow. Because it was a fight. And he knocked my goddamn tooth out. Eiko's eye twitched. Oh, you mean this tooth? Eiko used a sickeningly sweet tone as she showed Joshiro the cup with his tooth in it. At seeing him nod, she dumped the ice on the ground and stepped on the tooth, grinding it into the concrete. Joshiro snapped to attention. Eiko, what the hell? Eiko slapped him in the back of the head. You can't put a tooth back into someone's head, you dumbass. You need to either get a replacement, or stop bitching about it. Joshiro curled up like a puppy. Well, you didn't need to say it like that. An announcement rang out. We will now be having a short 45-minute intermission before the main event of the day, the final bout of the tournament, Naruto Uzumaki vs. Joshiro Moyomoto. Naruto stood and stretched out. Okay, it's almost time to win the whole damn thing. All I have to do is beat Big Boss ass, easy. Naruto smiled at Kakashi. Another hour and I'll for all intents and purposes be a chunin. Kakashi I smiled at Naruto. Naruto, I'm very proud of you. I honestly didn't think you would make it this far. I thought you would lose to Neji in the first round. I'm sorry. Naruto waved him off. Everybody thought I was going to lose in the first round. It's no big deal. Kakashi looked pitiful. How did you get stronger? Ebisu told me he couldn't find you to train you. Naruto yawned. I found Zabuza the first day and got him to train me. Then there was that pervert guy, that was pretty interesting. Kakashi raised his visible eyebrow. Pervert guy. Naruto nodded. Yeah, I found him peeking at girls at the hot springs. After that he trained me for a bit, taught me how to summon toads, that was pretty cool. Kakashi double-tacked. Toads. Naruto, who was this person? Naruto looked to be in thought. He said he was a toad sage, J something, a Sannin. Kakashi picked Naruto up. You mean Jiraiya? Naruto nodded. Yep. That's the guy. He was pretty weird. Kakashi dropped Naruto and backed away. Naruto was trained by Jiraiya. He was even allowed to sign the toad contract. Naruto shook his head before walking away. Okay, I've got to piss again. I'll be back. Sakura put her hand to her face. Naruto, we didn't need to know that. Naruto grinned back. Maybe, but your reaction is what I strive for. XXX. Gaara was placed in a hospital bed, still slipping between consciousness. The Anbu who had carried him to the hospital appeared by his bedside. Wow, Gaara, Naruto-kun really did a number on you, didn't he? Gaara's ragged breaths were his only response. The Anbu pulled out a syringe. This is just to help you get your mind right, so to speak. It shouldn't take too long to work. As he injected Gaara with the syringe, he activated Shosenjutsu, mystical palm technique, and began healing Gaara. Don't worry, Gaara, you'll be in top shape by the time we need you. The arena was abuzz for the hour-long reprieve from the tournament. The buzz was how unbelievable it was that the demon brat somehow fought his way to the final round against two enemies perceived to be far beyond his abilities. Now he would be facing off with his outsider brother to find a victor of the exam's final stage this year. As confident as Naruto was in his promotion, Joshiro was not so sure about his own. Oh, this sucks. I'm not getting promoted this time. Shikamaru sighed and walked over to the currently freaking out white-haired youth. Why don't you think you're getting promoted this year? You're in the finals. Joshiro stomped his foot on the ground. Because I fought like shit in both of my fights. I don't even have the underdog appeal that the brat has going into this match. I'm supposed to have made it this far. This is my last chance to prove my kick-assness to the entire village, and I couldn't have picked a worse opponent for it. Shikamaru raised his eyebrow. Why? It's Naruto, didn't you train him? Joshiro slouched. Yeah, for a while, but then we kind of split off before he graduated. Now I only know what he can do from seeing him fight. Not good for me, he'll pull some random move out of his ass and probably beat me with it. Tenten walked up and tugged on his shirt. Joshiro turned to face the girl. Yes, can I help you? She looked at him in an excited fashion. Yes, I learned what I needed to know. Can I have my weapon made by you now? Joshiro stepped back. Okay, what did you learn from today? Tenten took a serious look. Speculation doesn't mean much. Your brother wasn't highly touted and no one thought he deserved to get this far, but now he's this close to winning the whole thing. I know not to just go off of what others say about people, I need to make my own thoughts on them. Joshiro nodded. You got it. But just for asking's sake, what do you think of my brother? Tenten shrugged. I think he's an idiot that can fight, and he isn't a bad guy, he's actually kind of cool. Joshiro smiled. Well then I guess I can't deny you that weapon now, can I? Come by our house later and tell me what you want. Tenten smiled and nodded. Joshiro turned and saw Neji actually talking to Hinata. That little bastard really can change people for the better. XXX. Naruto was heading back to the area all of the other genin were populating, grumbling. You'd think that if I took a piss already today I wouldn't dribble, but lo and behold. Naruto raised his sight to see the crowd come back into view just in time for an announcement. Our intermission period is over, it is now time for the main event. The crowd roared for this announcement as a smile came to Naruto's face. It is time for the final bout, match 8, Naruto Uzumaki vs. Joshiro Moyomoto. Naruto smiled as he ran over to his friends before he went to fight. Alright, game on. I can't lose, I'm too legit to quit. Sakura came up to him with a smile. I counted you out too many times before, Naruto, and I'm sorry. But now I believe in you, go win. Naruto nodded and grinned at her. You know it's Sakura-chan, I can't lose. Kiba, Chuji, and Shikamaru came up. Kiba clapped him on the shoulder. You go win this one for the rookies, you hear me, man. You've got it in the bag. Naruto gave Kiba a thumbs up as he smirked at him. Shikamaru scratched his head. As troublesome as it would be to cheer for you, I hope you win this one, Naruto. Chuji nodded in agreement as Naruto rubbed his head. Gee, I didn't know everyone was counting on me to win this thing. Naruto was next interrupted by Rock Lee. Yosh. Naruto-kun. Show this crowd and all of us exactly how bright your flames of youth burn. Naruto smiled uncomfortably and backed away. Okay Lee, I'll do my best down there to win. Lee closed the distance between them. Yes Naruto-kun, I know your youthfulness will win out today. Tenten pulled Lee off of him. Lee, leave Naruto alone, he doesn't need you scaring the hell out of him before a fight like this. Lee lowered his head and slinked into the background. Tenten shook her head before giving Naruto a smile. So go do it Naruto. Win or lose, you've done a lot today. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Yeah, you're right, this has been a long ass day. It's like this entire day has taken like a week's worth of time to get through. Of course I'm crazy as hell, so who knows. Tenten giggled as she waved and walked away. Naruto continued down the steps to see Joshiro holding Haku. Haku-chan, when did you get here? Haku looked up and smiled at Naruto. Hi Naruto-kun, I just got here and I have to say, I'm excited. I've never seen you two fight for real before. Joshiro gave her a squeeze to make her giggle. Oh, the runt can't take me, he's never beaten me before and he never will. Will you, runty? Naruto gritted his teeth. When will I get your respect, big boss? Oshiro smirked. When your pansy ass can beat me in a fight, you piece of dry ejaculant. Naruto stepped up and Joshiro let Haku go so he could get in his face. I'm glad you decided to live in Konoha, big boss, because I can't imagine living in a world where I can't kick your ass. Joshiro chuckled. Well then I guess you won't like this world either after I'm done with you. The brothers went nose to nose. I'm gonna kick your ass, big boss. I'm gonna beat the whiskers off of your face. I'm gonna beat some color back into your hair. I'm gonna stomp that stupid look off of your face. I'm gonna mash your face into dough and make gorilla biscuits. I'm going to hit you so hard your descendants are gonna grab the back of their heads and go, what the hell was that? You're a douchebag. You're a pussy. You eat poo. Joshiro slapped his hand over Naruto's mouth. Okay, you're getting kind of personal now, kid, shut the hell up. Haku sweat dropped and walked between them. Okay, get in the ring. You two are going to kill each before the fight even starts. Naruto and Joshiro growled at each other before huffing and turning away. Naruto was tapped on his shoulder and turned around to face a blushing Hinata. Hinata-chan. What's up, is everything all good or what? Hinata took a deep breath and leaned in to kiss Naruto on the lips. After a few seconds she pulled back looking almost completely red, as was Naruto. Hinata noticed her effect on Naruto and smirked. That W was for G, good luck, we all know how much you need it. Naruto touched his lips and nodded dumbly. Why yeah Hinata-chan, oh of course. The two stood by each other unable to make eye contact until the silence was broken. Joshiro's laughter broke through the awkward scene. Oh man, runt, finally. You've just take your first step towards actually being a man. Now all we need to do is get you laid. Maybe your new girlfriend would like to help you with that. Hinata fainted from the embarrassment while Naruto snarled at his brother, you son of a bitch. I'll kill you. Joshiro chuckled until Naruto tackled him over the barrier into the battlefield. The crowd mobbed the edge of the barrier to look at the two brothers rolling in a cloud of dirt shouting obscenities at the other. Genma tried to get him to break it up but just ended up getting sucked into the conflict himself. XXX. Orochimaru looked at the scene below and sweat dropped. That's the kid that ruined my plans. Seriously. How is this village still the strongest in the elemental countries? Hiruzen looked out and gave a mirthful chuckle. Well now, you're in for a treat, my wayward student. You actually stuck around to see the end of our little competition. Hopefully later you can come with me to get reacquainted with Ibiki and Anko. I just know she's dying to see you again. Orochimaru growled. Laugh it up for now, old man. My ambition isn't far gone yet. Kabuto will come through for me. This village will burn by the end of the day. XXX. Genma finally ended up separating the two, not without obtaining a few bruises, and was holding them apart. Alright, both of you calm down or I'll disqualify you both right now. Naruto and Joshiro stopped fidgeting and settled for glaring at each other. Genma spoke up. Alright then. The final fight of the day, Match 8, Naruto Uzumaki vs. Jushiro Moyomoto. Are you both ready? He saw them nod, then begin. He leapt out of the way. Naruto and Jushiro stared at each other as the crowd roared. Jushiro finally spoke, so here we go. Naruto didn't take his eyes off of him. Yep, so how are we going to do this, huh? Jushiro shrugged at him. I don't know. Beat the fuck out of each other for an hour or two until one of us can't get back up. How about that plan? Naruto deadpanned. Well, big boss, you're brilliant. That's a real chunin way to go about things. How did you think of that one? Naruto sarcastically snapped at him. Jushiro ignored him. It just came to me, brat. Jushiro rubbed his nose with a smirk. And now I'm gonna have to stomp you out like a dirty cigarette. Time for me and Haku-chan's revenge. Naruto set into his Muay Thai stance. Bring it on, big boss. It's been a while since you've fought me. I'm not the same little punk you met 6 years ago. I'm powerful, and I'm finally going to kick your ass. Jushiro laughed as he set into his own stance. You're really going to come at me with the hand-to-hand style I taught you? You're an idiot, kid. Bring it on. Naruto ran forward to initiate contact. The fight began with Naruto summoning 5 Kage Bunshin to swarm Jushiro. As the original Naruto ran in with a thrust kick, Jushiro dodged and was assaulted by a clone's flying kick that he put up his forearms to block. 2 clones took advantage of his situation and slugged Jushiro in the body. As the air left his body, he lashed out at the offending clones with a round kick that took them both out. As he set his foot, he grabbed the foot of the clone that launched the flying kick and slammed it to the ground to dispel it. Naruto and his 3 clones took a triangle formation around Jushiro. 1 clone transmutated a wave of earth to attack Jushiro. Jushiro leapt over the attack and saw another clone jump into the air with its blade arm set to attack. Jushiro activated his cestus and blocked the clone's attack with his fist. As he fell back to the ground, he punched the clone with his other arm to dispel it. As he landed, he stared down Naruto and his final clone. Naruto, I thought you could make a shitload of clones. You send 5 at me and expect to beat me. You are really underestimating me, kid. Naruto shook his head. Not really. Making all of those clones just so you'd break out a big ass attack to get rid of them would just waste my chakra. I know I have too much chakra to waste, but still, if you have a wallet full of money, do you just throw some out just because you can? Jushiro shook his head. Okay, Runt, I'll accept that, but take this. He ran at the original Naruto and turned the edge of the cestus into a curved blade. He charged Naruto down before leaping at him while twisting through the air. Zureru Maku, sliding roll. Naruto hastily created a dozen clones to block Jushiro's flying attack, but he just cut right through the makeshift wall. As he rolled back to his feet, he cut the remaining clones that tried to swarm him into smoke. He taunted Naruto as he ceased to spin. Well, Runt, is that all you've got for me? I'm disappointed. I expected some cool tricks. You know, some kick-ass explosions, some big jutsu. I guess that huge water dragon you hit Gaara with was your one big move, eh, kid? Naruto chuckled. Oh, big boss, bigger isn't always better. I mean, I'm sure Haku-chan told you that already, I know it. Jushiro fumed. Goddamn you, Runt, I'm gonna make you fucking pay for that crack. Jushiro ran into attack once more. Get ready to pay. Naruto transmutated a halberd from the ground and set himself in a defensive stance. Like I said already, bring it on, big boss. Jushiro again attempted his leaping Zureru Maki on Naruto with his bladed cestus. Naruto set his halberd in a position to block the attack, but when the attack made contact, the halberd broke. Naruto tried to shift his body to the side to avoid the attack, but the speed of Jushiro's roll was too much as it cut into the side of Naruto's body. Naruto screamed in pain as the blade ripped into his hip and carved through. Jushiro rolled through back to his feet and kept his back turned to Naruto as the blonde collapsed to the ground, beginning to bleed out onto the dirt. Jushiro flicked the blood off of his blade before turning it back into the cestus. Sorry, little guy, but I can't really afford to mess around with you this time. I screwed around too much in my last 2 fights. This is my last real shot to wow some people, so I can't go easy on you to start. Naruto twitched and grunted on the ground. Damn, that one really hurt, no joke. A voice echoed in his head. Naruto-kun, it should be alright. He didn't cut too deeply, just hold still for a moment and I'll handle it. Naruto grimaced as he felt the demonic red chakra flood the area of his massive wound on his hip. Jushiro turned as he felt the surge of chakra from his brother. So your tenant is handling the damage to the building, huh? Naruto picked himself up off of the ground as he ignored the blood caking on his thigh and leg. Naruto gritted his teeth as he made the sign for Kage Bunshin. This isn't over yet, big boss. Naruto created 20 clones all over the field and forced a few to charge Jushiro. This batch Jushiro had a tougher time within close. The clones seemed to slip his punches and force him to overextend, leading to him being wide open for counters from the other clones. After one miss in particular, he ended up taking 2 kicks, one to the back to throw him off balance and one to the face after he was propelled forward. The kick sent him back into a few more clones. As they grabbed him, he began dispelling them with back elbows and kicks. After the last clone was destroyed, he saw the real Naruto running into attack. Naruto's punch was dodged as Jushiro had clamped onto his head, placing him in the clinch. You're still a sucker for the Tai Plum A runt. Naruto growled as he knew what was next. Jushiro began whipping him around by the neck and thrusting his knee into the boy's head and body, alternating between levels as Naruto guarded one or the other. After a few knees to the head, Naruto's nose was busted up and his lip was split from the attack. Oh man, what am I going to do to get out of this? Big Boss is right, I am still a sucker for the clinch. Naruto dropped to his knees out of accumulated damage, but this only made the attack worse. Jushiro was able to hover over Naruto and jerk his head directly into his knees to attack his head. Come on, Runt, just give up before I knock you out. You just got a girl to kiss you. I doubt she still be so into it if I fuck your face up. I already broke your nose, so just quit. Naruto's eyes glassed over after one particularly nasty shot to the chin. Man, it's a flash KO. I need to break this now before they stop the fight. There's only one chance left. It's dirty, but I'm a ninja. We don't fight fair. Naruto waited for Jushiro to jerk his body forward one more time. As he did, Naruto used the momentum to rise to his feet and planted a headbutt with the top of his head under Jushiro's chin. The desperation move stunned his brother and Naruto placed him in his own clinch. He reared his head back as far as he could and headbutted Jushiro right in the face, getting blood splatter all over his own forehead. Jushiro flew back with a fountain of blood following him, grabbing his nose and grunting, "Damn you, brat. A headbutt, I should have guessed." Naruto stumbled, trying to gather his wits after being battered with knees to the head for several minutes. Whatever, big boss. I have to say, you almost knocked me out just now. A few more knees and I'd be taking a nap right now. Jushiro wiped the blood from his nose and brow before more began to flow. Hey, yeah, you almost got me too with that first headbutt, and you broke my goddamn nose with the second. Naruto spit blood on the ground. Alright then, enough with the recap, let's keep going. He turned his auto-mail arm into studded club. Jushiro pulled off his necklace as it turned into his chakram and chain link. I'm tired, I've been fighting all day. I want to go home, take a shower, and get laid. Let's finish this, no more bullshit, kid. Naruto looked off to the side to see the sun beginning to set. We really have been here all day, huh? Well, let's end this before the sun sets and we end up fighting in the dark. The brothers smiled as the crowd roared once more in approval. XXX. Kiba yelled out loud in approval, oh man, this is brutal. These two must have some pent-up issues or something. They're beating the hell out of each other, this is awesome. Sakura grimaced at the looks of the brothers' faces. How long can they keep this up for? Their faces, they've been beaten to a pulp, especially Naruto. She made fist as she looked on. How much damage can these two take and stand back up? Neji shook his head, and I thought I could beat Naruto down. I barely scratched him in comparison to this. It's going to be a battle of attrition from here on out. A small smile appeared on his face. It should be a blast of a finale. XXX. Asuma looked on after taking a drag from his cigarette. Whoa, this is manly, they're beating the crap out of each other. If that Jushiro kid doesn't get some recognition for this, then I don't know what the hell it'll take for him to get promoted. Same for Naruto, he beat two powerful genin that no one would have bet on him to defeat, and now he's fighting to the finish with his own brother. I wish I had a camera. Kurenai sighed, so the fight is good because two macho idiots like Naruto and Jushiro decided to just stand in front of each other and take turns clubbing each other over the head until one drops. Ugh, men are Neanderthals. Asuma smirked. You've got it, Kurenai, the crowd is loving it, men and women, and you know you love it too. Face it, you want these two to fight till they drop just like everyone else here. A ghost of a smile appeared on her face. Maybe, I never said it was boring, I just called you and them Neanderthals. XXX. Naruto was seeing double as he looked at Joshiro. Damn it, I can barely see him at all. QB-chan, can you fix me? He heard a sigh in his head. It won't be soon enough for you to get back into the fight, Naruto-kun. You either have to gut it out or just quit. It's a concussion. Really nasty one too. Naruto chuckled bitterly. Of course it is. It hurts just to talk to you, QB-chan. I could have guessed it was a concussion. Fine. The next time I fade out it's going to end, one way or another. Naruto-kun, we can end this if I give you some chakra. He seems kind of out of it. Naruto grunted. No, QB-chan, I have to beat him myself. This is personal. I end this on my own power. Mine alone. Joshiro looked at his opponent with red-stained view. Damn you, Naruto. You really don't know how bad that stupid headbutt fucked me up. I told you it was bad, but you don't even know. My equilibrium is shot to hell right now. The only reason I'm not stumbling is because I found my balance quickly. I can barely see you through all of the blood, and I think you gave me a concussion too. I should have known the only thing harder than your arm would be your head. Naruto and Joshiro came to a single conclusion. This fight isn't going to last the next 10 minutes. One of us is getting knocked out. Naruto clapped and placed his palms to the ground, however nothing happened. Naruto's eyes widened in shock and realization. No. I'm so screwed up I can't even think straight enough to transmutate. Come on, damn it, go. Naruto growled before the ground finally began to move, barely 10 feet. Joshiro walked over and began to break out in a run at Naruto, slipping and stumbling as he advanced. Damn it, I'm barely better off than him. Alchemy is out for us because we can't even think about what comprises our transmutations quick enough to register an attack. Naruto stumbled as he stood back on his feet and began a stumbling charge to meet Joshiro in a clash. Both brothers screamed as they cocked their respective special right arms back. When they both launched their attacks, Joshiro opened his hand to grab Naruto's club arm. Just as he was about to smirk and taunt Naruto, he ate a left-handed punch from Naruto right in the face. You little fuck. That's how it's going to be. Naruto answered by launching another punch that hit home again. Joshiro growled before jacking Naruto's jaw with his own punch. As the two both had the dominant arms caught in a grapple, they both began hammering away with their remaining hands. XXX. Kakashi looked on. Wow, so it's really going to come down to this, he said in a somewhat impressed voice. Haku looked at Kakashi as tears began to form in her eyes. What do you mean, Kakashi-san? What are they doing to each other? Kakashi looked at the girl. What started out as a moderately tactical battle has just turned into your average everyday brotherly pissing contest, just turned up all the way to level 11. Those two idiots don't care about being chunin right now. I believe it's the furthest thing from their minds as we speak. They just want to prove which one of them is the dominant personality. If they did care, then they wouldn't be so close right now. If one wanted to, they would break the grapple their right arms are tangled in and just keep up the regular battle. Haku let her tears flow freely. Why? Why are they doing this to each other? Aren't they family? How can they just pound on each other like this? Zabuza appeared and put a hand on her shoulder. They don't hate each other, Haku. They're just too brash to back down. Both of those morons have such abrasive, cocky personalities that they wouldn't back out of this even if this isn't how they wanted it to end. Kakashi nodded. They'll just stay like that, punching each other in the face until one falls out. XXX. Naruto and Joshiro were both dripping blood from the cuts on their faces as they both took turns punching each other in the face. As one boy threw and landed one punch, the other would immediately launch a shot of their own to match it. Joshiro took a shot to the forehead and grunted, damn it, a glorified stalemate, we could be at this for a while. He shot a punch right back that battered Naruto in his already broken nose. Naruto hissed in silent pain as Joshiro ricocheted a fist off of his nose. Fuck, each shot I'm taking is just a little bit off from actually knocking me out, this is retarded. Naruto gritted his teeth as he fired right back. The punch drilled Joshiro right over his left eye, widening the gash above his brow and spilling more blood. Both boys ceased fire as the fatigue finally caught up with them as they panted, arms still caught against one another. Naruto smiled. So, long day, huh? Joshiro gave him a smirk right back. Yeah, I never thought I'd say this, but forget getting laid tonight. I need some muscle rub and a good 12 hours of sleep. Naruto chuckled, like Haku-chan would fuck you anytime soon anyway, big boss. I've been beating you ugly for quite a while now. She definitely refrained from messing with you tonight. Joshiro scoffed, like you can talk, your little Hyuga girlfriend was kissing all over you before, she won't touch you with a 10-foot pole after this is over with. Like you'd know what to do with her anyway. Naruto sighed, I'm way too tired and hurt to waste energy snapping on you for that stupid ass comments, I'll deal with it later. Let's finish this once and for all. Joshiro shrugged, fine by me runt, good night. Naruto nodded, good night big boss. Both combatants cocked their heads back as far as they could, and at the apex of the roll of their necks shot them forward with the force of the last of their energy. As their heads flew forward they both had one thought, this is over. Their skulls met in a sickening crack. Whatever cuts had been healed on Naruto's head had split right back open upon contact. The two just leaned against each other, staring with glassed-over eyes for what seemed like an eternity. The crowd sat silent waiting for any sign that either boy was alive, or even conscious and coherent at this point. Throughout the stadium, for as long as Naruto and Joshiro were frozen in place they were too. As their blood finally dripped to the ground the two brothers spoke out in unison as grins broke out on their faces, well hot damn then. That was the last thought of the fight as both Naruto and Joshiro fell forward and slipped into unconsciousness. As their bodies made a thud off of the ground the crowd remained silent. As Genma moved in to check their vitals it was as if the entire stadium was holding its breath waiting for the result. Genma checked both of their pulses, still alive. He checked for signs of consciousness, there were none for either. He sighed as he stood and faced the crowd, Naruto Uzumaki and Joshiro Moyomoto can no longer continue, I rule this bout a draw by double knockout. There is no winner. The crowd erupted in confusion and cheers. XXX. Sakura looked at Kakashi, Kakashi-sensei, has this ever happened before? A double knockout in the Chunin exams. Kakashi shrugged, not since I can remember, it happened to you and Ino in the preliminaries, but as far as I know this is the first time a double KO has ever happened at the final stage, let alone the very final match, kind of pseudo-dramatic if you ask me. XXX. Orochimaru, still in disguise as the Kazekage snickered, well I didn't think this tournament would be so entertaining after Sasuke-kun fought his match, but the whole thing was actually pretty good. Hiruzen smirked, you can always count on those two maniacs for a good battle, I'm glad you enjoyed it Orochimaru, it will be the last pleasurable thing you see outside of captivity. Orochimaru coughed, shouldn't you save the threats until after you announce the promotion Sarutobi? Hiruzen looked down to the medics picking up the boys, perhaps, are you coming, Lord Kazekage? Orochimaru smirked under the veil, why after you Sarutobi-sensei? That will be all for this video, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos, goodbye.